What's up? Welcome into another edition of Breaking Boomz. Fuck yeah, we got one. That's right, F word right off the top. Don't be timid. Don't be afraid. It won't hurt. Buckeyes land another huge corner. Na'eem Offord out of Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. Insane. Wow. The vacuum that the Saban retirement has created is nuts. And the Buckeyes are reaping the benefits. But hey, get into the video vault. I just posted his highlights from this past season. Na'eem Offord highlights. Go to thebuckeyecast.com, click on video vault. There's also a link right below this video, so check it out. Try the free trial. If you just want to see his video, you get a 3-day free trial. So check it out. Tonight, me, Jeff, and Sean are going live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So be right here on the YouTube live. Hit the subscribe and the bell and all that stuff and get notified. So let's get into Naim. This guy, he's another one of those ideal corner sizes that you want. I've seen him at 6'1", 6'2", depending on what recruiting service you look at. So 24/7 has him at 6'1", 185 out of Parker High School in Birmingham, Alabama. He is a 5-star, a 9980, almost a perfect 1000. Number 5 player in the class, number 1 corner, and number 1 player in Alabama, of course. They go back and forth depending on what recruiting service you look at. I use the 24/7 composite always. They have Offord at number 1 corner, Sanchez number 2. So well, let's get into his profile here and his scouting profile. He has all the tools a cornerback recruit needs. He has a size to match up against any taller perimeter weapon at receiver. He has the speed to cover the deep third as well. He has Offord as some of the best testing numbers in this 2025 class. He has a 4.5-second 40 and an 11-foot broad dump. Anyway, he's already good in both press man and off man coverages. He's fluid for somebody that's over 6 feet tall and can quickly change directions with his agility. He's not afraid to break on a ball and will play through the hands at the catch point. He can also high point the ball, go up and get it. His top end gear constantly shows up on tape, and there are clips of him hawking down ball carriers that have a good 20-yard start on him. So dude's got the speed he needs. And he might be one of those guys that plays faster in pads too. You never know. But he plays in one of Alabama's higher classifications in high school football, and he really started to come into his own as a junior. He picked off 4 passes last year in the regular season, also scoring 6 touchdowns on offense. He's got to keep evolving as a player and perfecting his technique, but he is a potential CB1 for a college football playoff team. And it looks like that's Ohio State. Likely will need an adjustment period before he's ready to go on Saturdays, but his skill set could have him on the field sooner rather than later. And the traits he has likely have him on the radar for NFL scouts in day 1. So first rounder type of ability. In high school, he also runs track. He was a state qualifier in the 200-meter dash as a freshman, 60-meter indoor dash as a sophomore. He has times of 7:15 in the 60, 11:27 in the 100, 22:35 in the 200, and 50.08 in the 400. Most people don't even mess around with that 400. I'm surprised he's running that. That tells you he likes to compete. And he's got some good lungs. There's no way I'm going to get out there running 400 meters. Nope. I'll walk it. I'll see you over there. Anyways, Tim Walton brings in another major recruiting win on the trail. OG Walt strikes again. Offord announced his decision shortly after returning home from Columbus. He and his family spent the weekend seeing the campus at Ohio State. The trip was his second to Columbus, by the way. But this connection between Offord and Walton has been the key in his interest in Ohio State. Offord said, quote, he's been teaching me the game, but he spends a lot of time talking to me outside of football about life. So Walt's like a father figure, and a lot of kids dig that, So on the field, you got a 6'1", 6'2", over 180-pound corner. You can't have too many of those, right? He was noticed as an impact player when he was in middle school, according to his head coach in high school, Frank Warren. He said, quote, I noticed he was a special player when he had the football skills and mindset to play varsity football in the 8th grade. Jesus. He has an amazing support system with his parents and family. This is where he gets his positive attitude from. Love that. Offord's traits are highlighted in the game film. You'll see his football instincts and his ability to be in the right place at the right time. He's played both ways in high school, and his experience playing receiver has definitely helped him in the secondary. You know what receivers are looking for, what they're doing, how to read their body language and actions. Offord's smooth and athletic. Doesn't have elite speed, but that's the only thing you can point to right now. He has good enough speed right now, but his speed is going to continue to improve as he gets a little older here, his senior year, and then once he gets in with the strength and conditioning staff at OSU, you're going to see that not be an issue at all. He still runs a 4.5 40. I mean, Jesus. At his size, that's freaking awesome. So putting the time and effort in to improve isn't going to be a problem for Offord. His high school coach said, quote, Naim is a special player on and off the field. He does everything the right way. He's a very hard worker. He is humble in all ways, and he never settles. He's always looking for ways to improve his game. And that attitude is going to help him in college and the next level. But what's interesting is you think about the last time Ohio State brought in 2 corners in the same class of this level, 2 5-stars, Okudah and Wade back in 2017, man. It's been a while, 8 years. So, and very similar in their skill sets, right? Built the same, Okudah is like Offord, Wade is like Sanchez. So, talking about this class of 2025, the Buckeyes now have 8 commitments. 3 are ranked inside the country's top 6 corners, a top 10, actually, if you go by the 24/7 composite. Offord checks in at number 1 corner in the country, Sanchez number 2, and Blake Woodby is number 10 out of Maryland. So it's a great start. Buckeyes can now focus on safeties, which they got to replenish that room. You only got 2 years of Caleb Downs. Lathan's gone after this year. So you got big-time safeties like Fahim Delane, Dorian Brew, Trey McNutt, Jonah Williams, and Cody Haddad. All those guys are national recruits. Trey McNutt's the only one from Ohio. Dorian Brew just moved to Texas from Ohio. But so the Buckeyes got the inside track with him, but he's thinking about playing offense and stuff. So we'll see what happens there. So again, OG Coach Walt killing it on the trail. He has 2 5-stars from the South. Also top defensive prospects in Texas and Alabama in the same cycle. Can't say that very often. Last time the Buckeyes got a player from Alabama was 43 years ago. Jeez. So this 2025 class is led by the defense with 5 defensive commitments, and it's going to have to be a defensive-heavy class for the Buckeyes. So let's get them in there and get Coach Walt coaching them up. And Jim Knowles is probably loving it. So that's all I got for you today. Well, till tonight. I'll see you in a few hours. We'll talk to you later. Go Bucks.